When this master chef was butchering a pig, his knife moved all the way around the pig's body and came out through its mouth. But the astonishing part was that not a single drop of blood was on the blade. Then the chef grabbed the pig's legs and lifted it up. In the very next moment, the meat and bones separated completely. Everyone who witnessed it praised his incredible skill. Soon afterward, the pork dish was served to the guests. But as soon as they started eating, severe stomach pain struck everyone. The chef immediately realized that something was wrong with the food. However, he had personally handled all the preparation. The only thing he hadn't done himself was adding the final seasoning, the salt, which had been added by his assistant. He began to suspect his assistant and angrily questioned him, but the assistant denied any involvement. The villagers lost their trust in the chef. Unable to prove his innocence, he was banished from the village by the village chief. To earn a living, he later went to a restaurant in search of work. There, he was challenged by a young cook. The young man picked up a puffer fish and, with astonishing knife skills, sliced it into extremely thin pieces. Then it was the master's turn. He picked up a sea bream and made a cut along its back. After that, he carved it into paper-thin slices. The most shocking part was that the fish was still swimming in the water. Only its bones remained, yet it felt no pain. The restaurant owner preferred the master's dish. The young cook was left speechless. It was then revealed that the chef had used a knife made entirely of ice. The young man was so impressed by his skill that he asked to become the chef's apprentice. Once everyone learned about the master's true abilities, the restaurant's head chef began to feel threatened. He feared that his position might be at risk. As a result, he challenged the master chef to a cooking contest. The condition was simple. The loser would have to leave the restaurant. This time, they were tasked with preparing a pink duck dish. The master accepted the young cook as his apprentice. Working together, they quickly finished their dish. A young woman first tasted the head chef's duck. She thought it tasted quite good. Then it was time to try the master's dish. The woman assumed the dish had already gone cold, but the moment she tried to touch it, her hand was slightly burned. The next instant, steam began rising from the duck, and its aroma spread throughout the room. It turned out that the chef had coated the duck with a special sweet glaze that trapped the heat inside. The woman took a bite and was amazed by the flavor. The head chef watched everything unfold. He tasted a piece of the dish himself. Then he took a deep breath and admitted defeat. He wanted to know how such a remarkable dish had been prepared. The master revealed his secret. During the entire cooking process, he had not used a knife even once. According to him, a knife would damage the meat fibers, ruining the texture and natural flavor. That was why he had instructed his apprentice to break the duck's bones using only the strength of his hands. In the end, the head chef lost the competition. He left the restaurant forever, and that is how the master chef became the restaurant's new head chef.